Hello and welcome to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper dated October 27th, 2022. In this video, we are going to talk about the important newspaper articles which are significant for this date, right? And these articles are very significant, very important. Here you can see the list of all the important newspaper articles, but out of them, two are very significant, and that is what we are going to discuss. Two important newspaper articles. That's it. And apart from it, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification to get all the important updates regarding this particular channel, and join us on Telegram to get all the important PDFs important for the civil services examination. Now with this, let's now head to the first important newspaper article. Now this particular newspaper article is regarding a statement made by the finance minister. And what has he made? The statement, he has talked about the fact that the industries are not willing to invest in the manufacturing, right? If you are not investing in the manufacturing, then the manufacturing sector is going to lag behind. And apart from it, we can also notice that gross fixed capital formation is primarily driven by the public sector. It is not driven by the private sector, which means that government is pouring in the money, but the private sector, which has a lot of money, is not pouring its money into the manufacturing. And apart from it, the share of manufacturing in the country's GDP too has remained stagnant at about 16 to 17%. Alright, so now this particular target was supposed to be 25%, but it has remained 16 to 17%, which shows that private sector is showing no signs of interest in this particular sector. And apart from it, demand in consumption is low, below the pre-pandemic level, but is expected to pick up because people do not have a lot of money at this point of time, and whatever money they are having, they are saving it because it's expected that the recession is about to come, and that is why they are saving. But it is expected to pick up in the near future. Alright, so now as per an online survey, there is high purchase intention for cars and two-wheelers, a diverging trend for property, and moderation for some consumer durables including computers, laptops, refrigerators and ACs. So earlier what used to happen is that if your parents had some kind of money, they used to invest in the property. Now what is happening is that people are going on a shopping spree, like they are buying the cars, they need the two-wheelers so as to maintain some kind of status, and they're also buying the computers, laptops. Now this is a good news for the industries because they can attract these kinds of customers. But what is happening is that there is a lack of the manufacturing in India because the target of 25% is not achieved, and that is what shows that the manufacturing sector is very lagging. Now you have to import the products, which is not good for the economy, right? Now household savings intention remains high, with 56% of the respondents indicating they plan to increase their savings by the year end. Now the savings are going high and the people are willing to purchase, but they are not getting the products. They are importing the products, right? If you are not increasing the manufacturing, then the country is not going to get benefit out of it, right? So thus there is a greater optimism for economic rebounding, and this that is finance minister, has called on industries to invest more to reap the benefits of a growing economy. And that is what is the reason behind this calling from the finance minister. He wants that the private sector should invest more in the industries so that it can also reap benefits out of what the people are intending, what they are intending to buy. They want to buy products, but there are not enough products in the market. That is what he is trying to say, right? So now we have talked about it. Let's now talk about another index. All right, so this particular index is very important. It was not there in the article itself, but it is important, right? So now the consumer confidence index, what is it? It is a survey that indicates how optimistic or pessimistic consumers are regarding their expected financial situation. Now if they are optimistic, if the consumers are optimistic in spending, so this shows that this shows that recession is, all the things are good. But if they are saving more, it shows that there must be a recession ahead. It may lead to recession ahead, because if you're not consuming more, then what happens is that the industries are not getting the kind of money they want to get. They are not getting the kind of consumers they want. They are running out of the business, and that may lead to recession. All right, so this is a sign of what is called this is also a sign of the consumer behavior, right? So this consumer confidence index is nothing but the behavior of the, or the survey that indicates the behavior of the consumer. All right, so now we have talked about this particular index, we have talked about the finance minister's statement, we have also talked about the online survey which happened, and we have also talked about the gross fixed capital formation and how the country is lagging behind in terms of manufacturing, right? So with this information, let's now head to the next important newspaper article. This is going to be the second newspaper article for the day, and it is also going to be the last important newspaper article. Now this article is very significant because it is regarding the Navik. And what is Navik? Navik is the Indian version of GPS, right? Navigation with Indian constellation, right? So it is developed by ISRO, and it is to boost, and ISRO is going to boost Navik and widen user base of location system. Alright, so now the ISRO is working on a series of improvements to the Navik so that more people are motivated to install and use it. So now the Navik is the Indian version of the GPS. So instead of the GPS, instead of buying things from the US, in order to get our navigation, we can use Navik, which is more accurate in the Indian subcontext, right? Now Navik is basically a constellation of 7 satellites that can be used to track location. Now this constellation of 7 satellites is also known as IRNSS, that is Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. Now it is akin to the, or it is similar to the American GPS, European Galileo, and Russian GLONASS navigation system. Now the Europe has its own navigation system, that is the Galileo. Russia has its own navigation system, that is the GLONASS, and the America has its own global positioning system. So why not India must have a Navik? Now the main problem arose from the fact that the Navik is not compatible to the smartphones. Alright, so now it is available in the mainland India and as well as the range of 1500 km around it. It isn't in wide regular use in India primarily because mobile phones haven't been made compatible to process its signals. Now in the previous videos also we have talked about the fact that these mobile phones are to be made more compatible to the Navik, and there is a deadline also set for that. Now the Indian government has been pressing manufacturers to add compatibility and has set a deadline of January 2023, but media reports suggest this is unlikely before 2025. If you are not making the smartphones compatible for the Navik, what is going to happen? The industry or the we will be not able to adopt the Navik. Alright, so now currently Navik satellites orbit the Earth in a geostationary or geosynchronous orbit, or about 36,000 kilometers from the Earth. Now these particular satellites were first launched, or its first satellite is what, a constellation of what, 7 satellites, right? We have talked about it. Now the first of these satellites, that is IRNSS 1A, was launched in 2013 and the latest was launched in 2018, and the 7 of these satellites constitute what is known as Navik. And what is its range? Its range is 1500 km. Alright, in the mainland India. Now these areas also include the areas of Nepal, some of Bangladesh, some of like Pakistan and Sri Lanka as well. Alright, so basically it is the mainland India and the areas around it, right, up to a range of 1500 kilometers. Now this can be a big boost in the predictability of your location, but if you're not making it compatible to the smartphones, then it is not going to be there in the market. for our use, right? So this is the main conundrum over here, and we will expect that it is likely to happen in the 2023. All right, so this is it regarding this particular newspaper article, and this is it for the day. Thank you from my side. Do like and share the video and subscribe to this channel. Have a good night. Bye.